But what I would do is I hang her upside down by a bloody little toe and shave her bald.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Crime Watch.
Yes.
No, in our humble opinion.
Police will catch you, you know, if you say these
One,
things.
In our humble
two,
opinion.
three.
Woo,
Thank you for joining us.
woo.
I'm Gilbert Chia. I'm privileged to be in the center seat this week with my two kakis. On my left is Chris Chapote Hansen.
Hello, you're Hokkien teruk lah. Cepuete.
Something like that. And cool grandma Daisy Rani on my right,
Namaste. Hello.
adorned with rubies, as she should be.
Thank you.
Yes. So today we're going to be having two very interesting crime stories to talk about. We're going to talk about crime and justice and punishment in Singapore. First, big crime story, which is actually very unusual because for all of us Singaporeans, we know that it's very unusual for someone to try and rob either a bank or a financial institution with a gun. And this guy did. He is an ATOS auxiliary police officer. And he actually took his gun out from his official duties, went to a licensed moneylender, an unlicensed moneylender.
License.
License to rob the moneylender to repay his debt to an unlicensed moneylender.
Correct.
That's right. Got that right now.
Along lah, along.
Yeah, Along. That's right.
Yeah.
Interesting thing to do is that he did not show his gun. Okay.
Was it in his trousers?
Yeah, I see. I was just waiting for that. See, the moment that sentence left my lips,
Listen.
I thought, oh
Too
my
late.
God, I've just opened it up
Too late.
for Chapote.
Okay. For Chapute.
Yeah, Chapote.
Cepuete.
Chapote. He didn't show his gun. He just gave a note saying that he had a gun. And the woman, of course, didn't want to take the risk of it. And actually, this happens a lot in the US as well in armed robberies. They just give a note and said, I have a gun.
Yeah. Give me
And
the money. I
give me the
have
money.
a gun.
That's right.
I mean,
And they're
that's
all
the menace
trained
in the
note.
in the-
Yeah. And
Weapon.
they're all
Don't say
trained-
gun. Come out
yeah.
from pants all and
They're
women
all-
all scared and all that.
all trained to just give the money away, all right? So, a couple of things we want to talk about here, obviously. One is the fact that an ATOS auxiliary police officer would do this robbery. Secondly, we're going to talk about borrowing money from illegal money lenders and why that's been on the uptake in Singapore and why do people borrow money from unlicensed money lenders. So let me just quickly start. There's been a study that showed that obviously during the COVID crisis, people are in more need of cash. One of the reasons why people go to unlicensed money lenders is simply because they find it very difficult to get money from the licensed money lenders
Correct.
and from the banks. There's an interesting law in Singapore, which MAS has, is that if you earn more than $20,000 a year, you can borrow up to 3 times your salary.
Oh.
But if you make less than $20,000 a year, you can only borrow up to a maximum of $3,000. So that's a very big difference there. And that leads some people to go to unlicensed money lenders to then, try and get the funds they need, especially in difficult times. So let's turn it over. I'll ask our crime expert here, Chris.
This is when did I become the crime
Hey,
expert?
you
on
you
the
made
ground,
the
what?
siren sound and
What do you mean I'm on the ground?
We thought you've just come out of the police car
All of a
and
sudden I'm on the ground.
Okay, be
You're
on
a
the ground.
man of the people.
Oh
Zepote,
gosh.
Zepote.
Yes,
Oh,
you see,
yeah.
coffee shop and all that.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Coffee
Kopi,
shop guy.
kopi.
I'm
Yeah.
the kopi guy.
yeah.
Kopi
So what
guy.
do your kakis?
Say,
My kakis. Okay.
what are they talking about crime in Singapore?
No, why? What do you think? What do you think? First of all, about this.
I really, honestly, I cannot condone the fact that robbery is certainly the wrong thing
yes,
to
of course,
commit,
of course,
right?
yes, yeah. No debate there.
Yeah, but I do sympathize with the guy because my late father was a cop, and he was quite a prolific, high-profile guy
You see?
as a police officer.
See,
Yeah,
now
so
that's
now
where
the
your
family
roots are.
connection, yeah.
You see, we
Definitely the crime
remember. We
expert.
remember.
Yes.
That makes me the crime expert. Yeah, right. As long
But
as
you
I'm
were
not the
living-
criminal.
No, but
yeah.
you were
No.
living with a policeman.
Yeah.
So
For 18 years of my life.
Yeah.
That-
And then
But
someone get tattoos somewhere.
Oh, I wouldn't have if you were still alive.
You see, I'm sure.
Okay,
now
anyway,
you're
back to the
moving-
point.
You're moving over
yes.
to the other side.
Oh, what do you think is a Star Wars? Revenge of the Jedi or Return of the
The
Jedi?
dark
is
side.
it? The DUCK side. Now, Duck's backside. Okay. Seriously, this poor guy. I mean, my late dad used to say, the worst kind of criminal actually are the loan sharks. He had a name for them. He called them bloodsuckers. See, the moment you fall into their trap, that's it, I don't know whether you guys heard. When someone takes a loan from a loan shark, and even if you could pay him back in full, they refuse to take it. They want you to pay every month. They want the interest.
Wow, that's horrifying.
Yes. And they will, the measures they stoop to is really not funny. The harassment is crazy. Yeah. The interest is crazy. The moment you get sucked into it, you're never coming out. And that's a fact. You're never coming out. Even after death. They go after your...
Family members.
Yes.
Wow. It's like credit cards.
I've known people who've been through that, right? Yeah, credit card debts are also not written off.
And they're horrible
I don't know how
interests.
to draw the same parameters between.
One is licensed and
Exactly.
legal, and one is unlicensed and illegal, but both are
I think
rapacious.
it's sad. I think it's sad what you mentioned just now. That those in the lower rung of income earners are the ones that need loans the most.
Yes.
And funny enough, also a lot of loan sharks out there actually think they're doing good.
Good.
They actually think, the banks are not going to give it to you. I give it to you. I help you solve your problem. But also, instead, they also realize, but they will never say it and never admit it, that they are causing more problems. But this is an expensive country to live in. And for the lower income, I tell you, I really don't know how they survive. And it's not easy for any one of us average people as well. Right? Of course, Gilbert would know because he's above average, so it's different. Anyway, atas this fella. We're gonna go and boil eggs also. Soft boiled egg, you must go and buy the sauce vide or
Okay.
whatever the hell
Can
it's
we
called.
talk
Anyway,
about
coming
the
back to this point.
Tourette's
Yeah,
working.
so to me, this poor guy went to go after a legal money lender to pay back the illegal money lender. I think it's poetic lah.
Yeah.
I just feel that,
Daisy?
like we were talking about the credit card and how crimes can be perpetrated in so many different ways. I think of the real crime, okay, sometimes that is being perpetrated by big gangs or by these white-collar workers in financial institutions, or like one of the biggest criminals of the Ponzi scheme, Bernie Madoff.
Yes.
He passed away
just passed
yesterday,
away, yeah.
and you
did he?
realize
Yep, yep.
Oh.
in jail. But I see it as there are crimes which we can, in a very basic way, divide into two. There are crimes of need and there are crimes of greed. And in this case, I just somehow feel that this officer or auxiliary policeman, how much he must have needed that money, because I am sure that whilst he must be committing this also, he must have known at the back of his mind that there is no way he won't be caught.
Yeah.
Because for somebody who is in that position, there are cameras. Of course, the consequences. You know what you're dealing with. And yet, and you know why sometimes I feel it's also because as a society, there is social stigma attached when you're in debt. And what happens is, when there's actual need, you can first go maybe to family members, friends, but there's a point after which you can't. Because right now we really don't know why he had taken the money from the loan shark.
That's the thing. All the mediums that we've been
Correct.
reading from,
Correct.
there are 8 people that were arrested
Correct.
between
So,
ages
so
of 16 to 48.
and the point is, we don't know why he took the money, and he did take the money in spite of knowing the consequences. But what set it apart from any other burglary, I feel, is the fact that he used a gun. That brings your sentence straight from a couple of years directly to life imprisonment
yeah.
because
Okay.
you threaten with a gun.
So this fact in the news report may have been missed, but I find it very interesting. All right? So we hear about this story and we think, okay, this guy acted by himself. However, the police have arrested 8 other
Eight
people
other- yes.
between 16 and 48 for the same offense in connection to this case.
Yeah.
Which
Because
means the
no,
monies in my
They received the monies.
Correct.
17,000, 10,000.
these guys
they
are the
received
runners.
monies.
I have a feeling that these guys, because I see 16-year-old, it is not uncommon now to find 16-year-olds doing these kind of things like collections for
Yes.
for
and
loan
to do the
sharks.
mischief and the vandalism
Correct.
and threats.
And more often than not, these collectors are also debtors themselves.
Correct. So,
So they
I'm-
are also forced into doing the
Absolutely.
job. For them.
and to imagine that if convicted, he faces life imprisonment and 6 rows of the cane
Yeah.
for 24K.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this, all right? Obviously, we know that this is a problem. There is talk, for example, that maybe the ministry or lending institutions need to make it a bit easier for families in need to borrow money legitimately, for example, to fund a child's education needs, medical emergencies, to tide over short-term cash flow challenges for a small business, you know. So they take a more social welfare approach to this problem, which I think is a good idea. I think it is important because if you simply leave it to capitalism and you leave it to the lending institutions, they are going to have to protect their interests. You can't blame them for that. They've got shareholders. You don't want them to be running up a big risky debts.
Absolutely.
And, you know, 100,000 small debts adds up, you know, to bad
To a
debts
lot.
to a
Yes,
lot, you know.
yes.
But maybe the government can take a look at this and see if there are ways. Because, you know, in developing countries, for example, one of the most revolutionary ways of helping people rise up from poverty, aside from education, has been what they call microloans. And you know about
Yes,
microloans, right?
yes,
These
yes.
are when they lend people who need money, small amounts of money, just enough money for them to get their business going. And these microloans have reaped tremendous benefits
Benefits.
in developing countries.
But frankly, I don't know whether that could ever happen here because it's always been drummed into Singaporeans' heads that, you know, from the time we gained independence to today, I'm not saying it's wrong just because because of what I'm about to say. There's that we are a meritocracy. We are very more right than anything else, than left. Margaret Thatcher loved us for that fact as well because she
No,
was
but we have a
endeavoring to do that.
lot of social welfare programs, though.
No,
The
I'm not
government
denying
spends
that.
so much.
Yeah, I'm not
on-
denying that. But you see, if for example they were to lower that bracket so that they can offer out microloans, even, I don't know whether or not they will adopt something like that simply because the argument is that this is a meritocracy. Secondly, there are also maybe they would even cite the success stories of people in the lower rung or lower bracket that have made it through.
Yeah, but all those people got help. Everyone on the lower rung got help. They got bursaries when they were in school, which the
There you
government
go.
gives out.
So that's what they'll say. There are bursaries, there are CPF EduSave that
well,
you could
I mean,
use.
I don't want to try and predict what the government will say. I would like just to offer this as an idea.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
I think, you know, something is worth.
You know
But
that-
I'm just thinking
right?
that the argument that they will throw back at us will
But
be
again,
that.
you know, if you
You
think
s-
about it, sorry, just let me
Yeah,
finish
go
this
ahead,
thought
go ahead,
here,
go ahead.
because you know I lived in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
US, and I can tell you that Singapore has huge social welfare programs and spends a lot more of
Yes.
its GDP on social welfare
Absolutely, yes.
than the United States does.
Yeah, sure.
At a much lower tax rate than the US. Sure. You know, so I don't think it's necessarily something that the government would automatically say no to if the loans are for legitimate good reasons. I think that when it comes to illnesses, I think we're very well covered with the MediSave, Medicare, and all of these programs
Right,
here.
right.
But maybe for small businesses, maybe for families that need help, I don't know. You know.
But you
so-
see, the banks aren't friendly when it
No.
comes to this.
Yeah, not the banks. But the banks, as I said, are financial for-profit institutions. I don't expect them to do that. And neither should they really, because, you know, they have got an obligation to their shareholders.
But there's another point that I want to bring up, and that is, you see, a person like him, I mean, he was desperate to do what he did. And so the question is that when he was being harassed viciously by these loan sharks, he went to this extreme of getting the money, but he did not go to the police. So the question then is that why is it that the victims don't go to the police?
Because they
There's
know-
shame, there's ignorance, but more importantly, there's so much fear.
Well, also in this article,
Right.
with this analysis, they say a lot of people don't go to the police because they know what they're doing is illegal, because it's illegal to borrow money
Right.
from the unlicensed
But
money
imagine the
lenders.
fear there, because you know what you're about to do is going to give you life imprisonment.
No, but I'm curious about what you said, that by borrowing money from an illegal money lender,
It is illegal.
it's
It's
illegal?
a crime. Yes, it's a
Even
crime.
if you're the person that's borrowing the
Yes.
money?
Yes.
I mean,
It's against the law.
So it's desperation.
It's against the
and
law.
after that desperation, it's extreme, like you're going out of your mind to be able to say, okay,
But
I've
for
got
what-
this gun, I'm going to use it.
But from what I know is that if you report harassment,
That's
You know,
different though. Then
and
they
so-
might decide not to persecute you. It's
Yeah.
essentially
So
up
you
to
see, the fear
to
is
them.
twofold.
Yeah.
One fear is of the loan sharks getting you, but there's another fear
The
thinking,
law. The
if
law.
yes, and that's like a
exactly.
double whammy when you actually make a decision like this, and
That's
that's
right.
very sad.
Yes.
But I like what you said, Gilbert. I'm sure that if if there's real need and not greed,
Yes.
like you don't know why he was in this situation, was it a gambling habit, was it a drug habit, then you might be less scared to
Sure.
go to the government for. If
Sure.
it's for education,
Yes.
for your children, you can't pay your light bill, of course the government is there to
Yes.
help.
So
you
let's
see.
one final word about this, because there have been cases in the past of people who have borrowed money from loan sharks, for example, to fund a big wedding. So obviously,
Oh,
this
is it?
Yeah, I think these kinds of things, people just need to try and live within their means and
Yep.
not try and have those kinds of things there. And let's go on to the next subject we're going to talk about here, which is perfectly in line with what Daisy talked about, which is the greed.
Correct.
And this is really incomprehensible to me. This woman, only 22 years old, she and her boyfriend and the boyfriend's twin brother came up with this harebrained scheme that they were going to rob her family.
Yes.
And steal money and then pass it off as if it was a burglary. So it was a burglary, obviously, except that it wasn't by strangers. It was by the daughter
Family.
herself. Right?
4 quotates involved in this one.
Yeah, not literally, but yes.
Not literally, yeah.
Uh,
3
so-
quotates and never mind.
Yes. So, but just to sum it up very quickly, they basically, one of the boyfriend took the mom out for a nice lunch. The girl went back to the flat, met with the twin brother of the boyfriend, cleaned out the safe and the valuables, including an envelope of money containing $34,000 belonging to her father. And then basically, she claimed that a burglary had taken place, that she herself had lost $3,000 to make herself look like a victim. And then, of course, thankfully in Singapore, with all of the cameras and the police investigative work, they were able to track this down. So this is obviously a case of unwarranted, complete greed.
Because you saw what they went and bought, right?
Yes, they bought
That
a Louis
these-
Vuitton handbag for her. They spent $2,800 at a bar for her birthday party.
Shoved money into the Louis Vuitton bag.
Yes, $7,000
exactly.
as a gift.
So they robbed their own parents
Yes.
so that she could
Her
go,
parents.
her
Her
parents, so
parents,
she
yes.
could go and basically go on a spree, a buying spree, having a fun time. So you see, the question then is this: what is it today that is driving the youth to behave in this way?
Don't know, materialism?
no,
Obviously.
So, but to the
Yeah.
level, see, there's materialism, there's
But I
ambition.
think there's so much more temptation now, and there's actually been studies that show that Instagram is a very good driver of consumer behavior.
Correct. So you
because
want to
people
have
see
what
and, you know,
others have.
what others
Correct.
have, what your friends have.
Yeah.
In the past, maybe you open a magazine, you see total strangers having wonderful things.
Yeah.
It's one thing, you can control your desires, right? But when you see your own friends posting stuff, then you feel like you're a loser. Why can't I have these things?
So all this drives you to have a lifestyle which you can't afford.
This is like-
you look around and say,
This
you
is
know
like
what?
shopping porn.
Yeah, but it's like you
Yes.
look around and say, you know what?
If you
I
must use
don't
that
really
analogy.
want to work so hard. You know what? Why don't I go and rob my father and mother
But
instead?
Again, I don't know what
Douchebag.
the nature of her relationship with them is. I don't think she's estranged in any way because, the boyfriend was
Exactly.
taking the mom
The
out
mom-
for lunch.
Yeah,
you know?
examine that too.
So it is really just
Amazing,
amazing and
weird.
duplicitous.
She's a big fan of Madonna.
No, but for me, I'm just imagining.
Material girl.
Oh, no, but I'm just imagining two things. First of all, I can actually see them, talking about
Conniving.
how they're going to have this heist like Ocean's 11 because they've got it spot on.
This is
you
not-
you know, you invite the mother.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
be with the mother while you go up there. I can actually see, like absolutely. And after all that, they forget
very
there are
loud.
cameras.
No, but Ocean's 11 is too funky, too cool.
Yeah, too cool. This
And
is
for
just
bigger heists than this
And,
utter
you know-
No,
stupidity.
Yeah.
it's
So-
what they are thinking.
Yes.
It's
So-
the way they are planning.
The plotting.
And they forget
They
that
stole
there's
a total-
cameras.
Yeah, $57,000 was stolen from the family. So this leads to the next question, obviously, which is just for us discussion. So if you were the parents and you found out your beloved daughter had done this, how would you react to it? I mean, on the one hand, there must be outrage, but there must be a lot of grief and pain. But you're still your daughter, right? So how?
I
and
think-
what kind of punishment should she be getting?
I think as a grandmother and a mother, the first thing that the parents might think about and say, where did we go wrong?
Yeah.
What did we do the way we brought her up that it didn't matter to her that why didn't she just ask us if she wanted the money?
Well, we probably would have said
but,
no.
No, but even then, you don't
Rightly.
think that your daughter, along with the boyfriend, is actually going
Yeah.
to steal and pretend. And so I'm just imagining, of course, they have to pay for the crime, but it's what's going to happen after they've paid for the crime. How are these parents going to accept her back?
Back,
The
yeah.
family that's going to be in shock with the way and why. If somebody was sick, if somebody was ailing, if there was a real need, like we say,
That's different.
even then it's not forgivable. But as a mother, I just can't help it. And I'm thinking, I don't know, you shouldn't be talking about violence, but you'd really feel like shaking her up and asking her why.
That's not violent.
Shaking up?
Because what I would do.
Because we're talking about the gun and then just...
But what I would do is I hang her upside down by a bloody little toe and shave her ball.
Okay, so if it was your child, what would you do?
I would hang the fella upside down and shave the fella ball.
No, but then that would be justified why he'd want to steal from you. Because if you were that kind of parent, they're like,
come
okay.
on, come on.
But if you're
This is
understanding
unforgivable.
parent...
This is unforgivable. And the way I look at it, right, it does seem to me that this dingbat of a girl, probably, the mastermind is probably not her.
The boyfriend.
The boyfriends are
Yeah.
two clowns
Yeah.
that look alike,
Yeah.
who
And
probably
they
sometimes,
sound-
maybe one pretend to be the boyfriend all the time. They keep exchanging, identities with this girl. And then both try and psycho her. Then found out how much money there could be in the safe,
In the safe,
brother's safe,
yeah.
and in the parents' rooms and all that.
And the watch. The
yeah, I can
Rolex
just see
watch.
that thing. She is unforgivable. She's a douchebag. The whole lot of them, the three cotates and one douchebag.
I want to say
Well put.
something ironical about...
I think I say douchebag, right?
Can I just say something that I find really ironical about these two cases? You see, you have this first case about the officer who pulled out the gun and he stole 24,000, albeit from strangers. He's going to land up with life imprisonment.
Poor fella.
And then you have this girl who stole from her family a much larger amount.
Yeah.
And she's going to get a sentence.
She should go in
but
for
it's
life.
not going to be... No, but what I'm trying to say is just see how much difference that threat with the gun actually makes. Because even though he never pulled it out,
Yes.
the idea that he passed that note has made the difference between life imprisonment, 6 strokes of the cane, and maybe,
Yes. So with all this crime in Singapore, that many cases have been solved because of the cameras. So I thought it'd be interesting to share with our listeners and our viewers the number of cameras there are in Singapore. All right, okay. This is a report from last year. There are 86,000 public cameras in Singapore. But get this, right? Sounds like a lot for a city of 5 million, but we are number 11 in the world.
Oh, voyeurism is alive and well.
Let's guess. Chris, you want to guess who's number 1?
England,
Really?
the UK.
No.
Huh? You're shitting me. China.
Yes.
Ah.
Which makes sense, obviously.
about Big
all
Brother,
the
man.
other cities, basically, Chongqing, Shenzhen, and then Shanghai, Tianjin, Jinan, Wuhan, Guangzhou, Beijing.
No, so that's all in China,
All
and
in
then
China.
us.
Yes. Yeah. I think after that, I have to look at this. So after that, then we come in as outside of China. We No. One American city actually beats us because the crime is so high. And that's Atlanta, Georgia is number 10.
And yet the crime is so
yet the
high.
crime
So
is
it's
high.
like
Or maybe because-
maybe the cameras aren't working.
Imagine how much worse it would be, right?
They run out of film.
No more film. As you
I know
remind
lah.
me
I know
every
lah.
time I talk
Tip,
about
tip, 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 tip.
our taping. These people bully me, I tell you, listeners.
Where go bully you?
So Singapore is number 11. Abu Dhabi in the UAE has got 20,000 cameras. But think about it, right? The difference between Singapore is 20,000 cameras for every 1.4 million people, or 86,000 cameras for 5 million people, which is 15 cameras per 1,000 people. And the next one below us is 20,000 cameras.
Oh God, that's
So-
a lot of difference.
Huge difference.
Huge difference.
Right?
Yeah.
So, for all of you out there who might be contemplating any kind of crime, especially in public, do think about this.
Yeah.
Big Brother
We
is
are watching you.
watching.
I mean, I just wish I could see those cameras and just wave and then pose and all that
You
kind of stuff, you
can.
know? Yeah. And do it.
Please
You
go ahead.
do that already every day with your hand.
I don't think is there any kind of a sentence or any problem fine if you just keep standing and dancing in front of the camera in
I
a
don't
very
see how
Could be
that's a
considered
strange
a public
way.
demonstration then.
Excuse me?
Okay, so you watch out, okay? You watch
A
out.
public demonstration.
No, it depends on what you're doing out there, and it's wrong because you'll be fined and caned.
Every damn thing
Caned.
that we do in Singapore is wrong. Teruk lah like that.
Okay, he said that. None of us said that, basically. That's Chris
None of us
Buffet
is due, you both of us.
there. So, okay, and then on the issue of crime, shall we? I think we're coming to the close now.
Yes.
So I shall
Hand it to Ditty.
Yes,
Ditty.
for
I'll do
his
my DT
ditties.
last, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
But anyway, if that's the case, it's so funny. Hand it over to me. I'm going to hand it back to you because I'm going to do my
Hand
DT
it to
last.
us.
So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Grandma Daisy.
Yes.
Would you care to close first? On your end?
Yeah.
I just want to say that every week we talk about discotheques, we talk about burglary, we talk about crime, and sometimes I start wondering, really, which country am I living in? Because it's just, being in this show has made me see another side which maybe I wasn't so knowledgeable or I wasn't aware of. But, well, just to close, I'm going to say the words of E.V. Schwab, and she's an author who wrote Darker Shade of Magic.
50 Shades of Grey.
And very simply, she just says, some people steal to stay alive, some people steal to stay alive, and some people steal to feel alive. It's as simple as that.
Kleptomaniac.
Simple as that. But then
Kleptomaniac.
that's what sets it apart. Greed or need. So,
Okay.
thank you.
So for my part, there's a lot of discussion often among parents and also people who are not parents to say that, where did we go wrong? How did our child end up
Yes.
this way? And one of the things that I've learned really from observing is that sometimes you can be the best parents in the world and your child can still screw up. And really, it is beyond your control in a lot of ways because you don't control them once they become teenagers. And the influences outside of the home are very important, as well as influences on social media. So to which extent, to what extent do you want to really monitor your kids? That's up for each parent to decide. But don't be too quick to point the finger at someone and to say that just because your child turned up bad, you must have been a bad parent. That's not always the case. Sometimes
That's-
parents can really try their very best.
Yep.
And it's still that way.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And on that note, I do want you guys all to check out Chapuite's article in theasianparent.com, where he writes a very beautiful letter to his son.
Thank you.
Oh,
Do check
I
it
didn't
out
check- I
online.
must check that out.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you.
And I'm sure his son is going to turn out terrific.
I hope so.
Yes.
He
So-
is terrific.
And
He's
my final
is.
final parting word obviously is, be safe and be kind.
safe and
And now that you've mentioned that, my father said this to my mother in front of his children when we were young. And I said the same thing to my wife in front of our son now. That we as parents, we can only do the best we can. However they turn out, an environment causes them to change, they make their bed, they set fire to it, they have to sleep on it.
and get
And that's
burnt.
true.
That's true.
And
That
get
is true.
burnt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here is are you ready for this? Hello.
I think
Focus,
now
focus,
we need
focus.
a close-up shot on
Focus.
the ditties and
All
titties.
children, please
Okay.
close your eyes.
This is time, the moment for Chris's titties.
Yes,
Ditties.
he loves doing
Titties.
this.
Okay.
Titties, 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 titties.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
enough.
The following Thursday.
Okay, here we go. There are pests most vile. Suck your blood, make you vomit bile. Not mosquito, tick, or leech. Texting scams through the messages they preach. The worst blood-sucking two-legged insects. Tekan you until you also become suspect. Into committing crimes at their behest. So don't borrow money. You will not taste any honey. Their interest cow, smelly and chow. But the worst thing that you can do is betray the trust of those that love you.
Oh, yes.
You chamxiong with others to cook a plot. Did you even stop to spare thought? The hearts you will shatter. You really should have known better. You material buay zai si girl. On a prison mat, you will curl.
Good,
The
good.
end.
Well done.
Good rhyming.
Yeah. Good
Yes.
rhyming. That's
And
all you
this-
can say. Good rhyming.
Well, yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, good rhyming. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of In Our Humble Opinion. Do remember to like, comment even, share, subscribe on Facebook, on YouTube, and eventually on Spotify and iTunes. Until next time, stay safe.
Don't commit any crimes.
Oh, yeah.
Don't borrow money.
Uh-huh.
And Big Brother's
And
watching.
namaste, namaste, namaste. Thank
And
you
always
so-
keep your gun in your trousers. Bye, everybody.